everyone, this is my quick roll kit video. This should be pretty straightforward because I have a feeling that a lot of you, have made sugar cookies. So it's really just like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to roll my clay kind of into a circle. You can kind of hit it down on the table or roll it in between your hands. You'll see that I added a few new tools, some cookie cutters, hearts, my favorite, and a nice circle, and a rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin at home, you can use a bottle or a cup or anything that kind of has a little bit of it. It kind of needs to have straight edges. That's nice. And if you have Play-Doh at home, any of your Play-Doh tools will work with your clay. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the table. I'm going to flatten it a little with my hands and try to get it kind of into an even, like, hamburger patty, I would say. Move those out of my way, and then I'm going to start to roll. Now, when you're rolling out your clay, it's a lot like making actual sugar cookies. You do want to move your clay a lot so that it doesn't get stuck to whatever surface you're using. And if you are doing the roll kit, I would suggest using something porous to make your stuff on. So if you don't have a table like mine that's wooden, you could use a wooden cutting board, or you could also just put a bigger piece of cardboard on a normal table and use that. So notice that I'm flipping it around lots of times, rolling it out. Now, as you're rolling it, you want to try to think about how thick you want this to be. If you make it too thin, then it's going to be really fragile. So I'm going to keep that pretty thick, kind of like my pendant. So when I fire this up, it's really kind of sturdy. Okay, so I'm going to put my rolling pin out of the way here. I think what I'm going to make is that funny pendant from my piece of paper, because my daughter Jala really wants to give away a necklace with half a heart. So I'm going to make a big one, kind of the size of my pendant. So I'm going to put it wherever I want. I could put it to the side if I wanted to make multiples, but I would say pick your best piece of clay, and then you're going to push it down and give it a little jiggle. Because we're working with wet clay, I like to hold the cutter down and take the rest of the clay off, and then very carefully push the clay out of the cutter. Now again, I've said this in my other video, if you want to decorate with a little less mess, you can actually let that piece of clay dry out for half an hour, keep flipping it until it's just a little firmer, and it'll be less floppy and less kind of messy. Okay? So, if you're still with me, I am making a heart pendant that's going to say BFF. So I'm just looking at my tools. What do I want to, how am I going to do this? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my dull pencil crayon. And I'm going to draw a B. And sometimes you get extra bits of clay. That's okay. Just knock them off. BFF. Let me think. Best friends forever. All right. Okay, so now it says BFF. I am going to cut it to make a broken heart. Just want to make sure you guys can see that. Okay. So you can do whatever you want. I'm going to make it go a little zigzaggy. And so notice I'm being pretty careful as I touch the clay. Again, because it's wet, it's just a little more kind of fragile. Okay, let's see if that worked. There we go. That worked pretty good. I'm going to wait to smooth the edges until it's a little drier. So right now, I can do this now or I can do it later. You can use a straw or a pencil to put the hole into your piece so that you punch a nice hole. So when you go to glaze it, you'll have a hole for your necklace. Okay, that's my rollout project for you guys. If you have any other questions or need any more tips, always feel free to be in touch with me over Instagram, Facebook, email, or you could even give me a call. Okay, bye.